Soviet Cartoon Wolf vs Windows Startup and Shutdown Sounds Winter, desktop version.
Windows 1.0 Startup Sound. Windows 1.0 is starting up. Windows 1.0 Shutdown Sound. Windows 1.0 is shutting down. Windows 2.0 Startup Sound. Windows 2.0 is starting up. Windows 2.0 Shutdown Sound. Windows 2.0 is shutting down. Windows 3.0 Startup Sound. Windows 3.0 is starting up. Windows 3.0 Shutdown Sound. Windows 3.0 is shutting down. Windows 3.1 Startup Sound. Windows 3.1 is starting up. Windows 3.1 Shutdown Sound. Windows 3.1 is shutting down. Windows 95 Startup Sound. Windows 95 is starting up. Windows 95 Shutdown Sound. Windows 95 is shutting down. Windows NT 4.0 Startup Sound. Windows NT 4.0 is starting up. Windows NT 4.0 Shutdown Sound. Windows NT 4.0 is shutting down. Windows NT 5.0 Startup Sound. Windows NT 5.0 is starting up. Windows NT 5.0 Shutdown Sound. Windows NT 5.0 is shutting down. Windows 98 Startup Sound. Windows 98 is starting up. Windows 98 Shutdown Sound. Windows 98 is shutting down. Windows ME Startup Sound. Windows ME is starting up. Windows ME Shutdown Sound. Windows ME is shutting down. Windows 2000 Startup Sound. Windows 2000 is starting up. Windows 2000 Shutdown Sound. Windows 2000 is shutting down. Windows 2000 Server Startup Sound. Windows 2000 Server is starting up. Windows 2000 Server Shutdown Sound. Windows 2000 Server is shutting down. Windows XP Startup Sound. Windows XP is starting up. Windows XP Shutdown Sound. Windows XP is shutting down. Windows Server 2003 Startup Sound. Windows Server 2003 is starting up. Windows Server 2003 shutdown sound. Windows Server 2003 is shutting down.
Windows Vista startup sound. Windows Vista is starting up. Windows Vista shutdown sound. Windows Vista is shutting down. Windows Server 2008 startup sound. Windows Server 2008 is starting up. Windows Server 2008 shutdown sound. Windows Server 2008 is shutting down. Windows 7 startup sound. Windows 7 is starting up. Windows 7 shutdown sound. Windows 7 is shutting down. Windows Server 7 startup sound. Windows Server 7 is starting up. Windows Server 7 shutdown sound. Windows Server 7 is shutting down.
Windows 8 startup sound. Windows 8 is starting up. Windows 8 shutdown sound. Windows 8 is shutting down. Windows 8.1 startup sound. Windows 8.1 is starting up. Windows 8.1 shutdown sound. Windows 8.1 is shutting down. Windows Server 2012 startup sound. Windows Server 2012 is starting up. Windows Server 2012 shutdown sound. Windows Server 2012 is shutting down. Thanks for watching.